Back in 1971, Ramsbottom Baptist Church were experiencing problems with their church building, and after several meetings with Marketplace Methodist Church, they already had strong links with. The two churches united together to become Christ Church Ramsbottom in January 1972. The church premises at that time was at Marketplace Methodist until it moved to its present position here at Great East Road. At the time, we had two ministers, one of each denomination. The first ministers being the Reverend Harold Saunders for the Baptist and the Reverend John Palmer for the Methodist. And it seems inconceivable that we could actually afford to pay for two ministers. However, we moved to just one minister in the 1980s and would alternate between Baptist and Methodist ministers from there onwards. Over the years, we have had various symbols and logos for the church, and as an 11-year-old and part of the junior church, we were asked to design a symbol which we could use for our new venture. A simple cross with the letters CC on either side was chosen, and later the words Christ Church and Jesus is Lord were added. This sign was then replaced in 2012 when we decided a more dynamic symbol that would stand out was designed with the help of Lisa Hodgkinson. Our next slide shows a picture of the inside of the old building, with the organ and two memorial stained glass windows, the Good Shepherd and the Light of the World. Only part of the window, Light of the World, survives today and is displayed in the foyer. At the bottom of the picture, you can just about see the pulpit, which was bought in 1972 when we joined together, at a cost of £100. In 1993, due to dry rot and how far it had spread, the beams had to be jacked up and a temporary roof or marquee was erected between the church and the balcony in the old building. It was like worshipping in a tent. The tent remained until the 25th of January 1997, when we left the building to start worshipping in the youth centre while we looked for a new building. Here are a few of the photographs of that final service. The years we spent in the youth club referred to as the wilderness years. Oh, sorry, I'll go back. I've just realised it was 3 slides, not one. That was the tent. So that's the youth centre. Over the years, we have had many fundraising events, and one event that Sheila Barnes and John Leyland organised, continued for many years, was a performance of monologues by Lizzie Jones. From Elizabeth Cromwell, the wife of Oliver Cromwell, to Mary Queen of Scots, and to the daughter of one of Queen Elizabeth I's musicians. So whether it was Roundheads and Cavaliers or the Elizabethan era, she was always brought the story to life. Another memorable event was on the 24th and 25th of June 2000, when we held a flower festival entitled Old Traditions and New Beginnings, and that was in this building. Back in 1999, land had been found and plans made to build a new church building at the cost of £500,000. On the 25th of April 1999, we had a service to claim the land, and Arthur Isherwood dug the first piece of turf being the oldest member at the time. The building began proper in May 1999, and in July we laid the cornerstones or foundation stones, which can be seen at the side of the front doors, at a cost of £200. This was commemorated with a short service on site to dedicate the stones. On the 5th of December 1999, we held an inaugural service, with the official opening service being on Saturday, the 8th of January 2000. In 2011, under the guidance of the Reverend Christine Jewett, we became an LEP, a local ecumenical partnership, and a new constitution was agreed, and we finally became one entity. The old deacons' meeting and Methodist council meetings could now be replaced with just one church meeting instead. It meant people could become a member of Just Christ Church and not have to decide whether to be a Baptist or a Methodist, but be able to be a joint member. Then we come to the current time, and during 2020, just shortly after Richard became our pastor, the whole country was put into lockdown and worship went online or in paper form, with Richard and Kathy joining together to provide us with joint services with Edenfield and Bolton Road. As we come to the end of lockdown, we had to rebuild our in-person services and find ways of worshipping safely together. However, one major event during this time was a partnership with Ramsbottom Pantry. This led to 2 porta cabins being installed on the church car park as the pantry expanded and the need in the community increased. This brings us up to today, as we celebrate 50 years as Baptists and Methodists worshipping together, and we look forward to what God has in store for us in the next 50 years. At the end of the service, we're going to put some pictures on a loop, otherwise we would have been here all day. Thank you.